president of Idea Dudes LLC. I want to welcome you to this new endeavor that you're about ready to take on. So we're extremely excited. You decided to join our team. This is an exciting time to be involved in the industry. As you know, the cloud is blowing up. If you don't know what the cloud is, don't worry about it. We'll be talking about it later on. Let's take a little bit about our company. We're formed in 2000 by myself. And in 2008, we incorporated as an LLC, and Alina Crowd joined the organization. So the both of us work together to provide the best products and services for our customers. I've been in the industry for 32 years and constantly updating my skills to stay current with the industry. My wife Alina has been 25 years of teaching experience, and she complements my abilities. She's like the human part. I'm more like the computer part. So Idea Dudes is a think tank that helps businesses to solve problems that may arise in the business. We work with businesses to come up with solutions. Now we do both training and consulting, and this provides the businesses with a solution, but also gets them trained on how to maintain their environments. Now, Idea Dudes is also comprised of other consultants that are skilled in different areas. So if you want to grow and learn, you're in the right place. So when you think training and consulting, you think Idea Dudes. So again, about us, industry experts for more than 17 years. So we started back in 2000 when Windows 2000 came out. Actually, I've been working with Microsoft products since 1985 or 87. And so I'm like a Microsoft brat. And so I do everything that deals with Microsoft. Our executive management team has more than 75 years combined in industry experience. We're a silver partner, Microsoft silver partners. So that just means that we have the certifications, we have the know-how of how to be able to manage and work with the Microsoft products. We have data center and learning partner, but we have some other individuals that are coming on board that are bringing some of their skills so we can pick up other competencies. And you have the ability, if you want later on, to become a consultant. If you want to learn the different things that we provide for for different companies, what you can do is you can constantly learn with us. I mean, we'll help you to become more profitable in what you want to learn. So our mission is to offer the most innovative technology solutions, the best service, highest number of benefits for a reasonable price for customers. We don't want customers for a day, a month, or a year. We want customers to use us for life. So we want to provide the lowest TCO, which is the total cost of ownership for the customer. So where do we do business? Almost every business can use our services. If it has a computer, has a PC or a server, we can accommodate them. We do business in the U.S. and also across the globe. We've done business in England, Cayman Islands. We've taught students from Aruba, from Africa, from all around the world. And so with the connection with Skype for Business and all the other opportunities that are out there for presenting information to individuals and connecting, making it easier to be able to connect. And so what does this mean for you? Well, it means that you have a larger area that you can sell in. And so that means you can make more money because we have so many different opportunities or different ways that you can make money. And we're going to talk about those in a little bit. So what do we offer? Well, we offer training, consulting, and managed services. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into each of these different areas so you can see how they affect your income. So first is Microsoft official curriculum, and this is sold by learning partners. So these are partners in learning with Microsoft. And so that means that we have enough individuals within our organization that can train the materials that are created, because they're created by Microsoft, and they use something called subject matter experts, or SMEs. And so what these are is these are individuals that have spent a lot of time with Microsoft products, and they go out and they develop the courseware for Microsoft. And so it's only available through Learning Partners. So Learning Partners are the companies that have been certified Microsoft, and they have the ability of going out and presenting these different courses. And so the people who can teach these are what are known as Microsoft certified trainers, and I happen to be one. We have some other ones that are connected with Idea Dudes and with Microsoft certification camps, as we call for like our boot camps and other things like that. And they're usually going to be your regular classes. So these are going to be your 5-day classes. They're not accelerated. They're just your standard classes. So they're called MOOC, Microsoft Official Curriculum. So we got MOOC on Demand. So MOOC on Demand, this is another option that you have that you can sell. Now the thing is, with MOOC, it's a little bit more expensive because it requires the trainer and everything like that. But the MOOC on Demand, these are recorded videos, and they have hands-on labs. They're going to be a lower cost. The reason they're a lower cost is because you don't have to have a full-time instructor in front of the student. It can be combined with MOOC, so you can sell a course where it has MOOC, which is Microsoft Official Curriculum, and then add MOOC on Demand also. And all we do is just charge a little bit more with that. Now it does have, they have 90 days to use the actual courseware. So once they activate it, they can activate up to 6 months. So once they purchase it, they're going to be given a key, and they use this key to unlock it. Once they've unlocked it, then they have 90 days to use it. Now it also depends on what type of course it is. Like if it's Office 365, then a lot of times these are IP based. It means that they only have 5 days to be able to finish it. It's only sold through Learning Partners, so this means that it's only available through a company like ours because we are a Learning Partner. And so that makes it so that somebody from outside that doesn't, not a Learning Partner, there's a lot of Learning Partners throughout the world, but there's a lot of other companies also that we can sell this to, that we can offer to their clients and other things like that. So it's another stream of income that you can get. Then we got boot camps, which if you know anything about the military, a boot camp just means accelerated. So it's accelerated training. And what we do is we combine multiple courses and put them together. And by doing that, what we're doing is we're taking like a 5-day class, 3 5-day classes, and do it like in 8 days. So 15 days within 8 days. So it's not for your individuals that are lighthearted. You want people who are going to dig in, because they're going to get test vouchers. They're also going to get a test pass guarantee, meaning that we guarantee that they're going to pass the test. If they don't pass it on the first time, then we'll give them another voucher. If they don't pass it the second time, we'll give them another voucher. Pass it on the third time, we'll give them another voucher. You get the gist of it. But what we do is we make sure that they're ready so that they pass on the first time. And we have like a 94-95% pass rate. And lifetime email support. They can email us anytime that they want regarding any different subject that's in IT. And what we'll do is we'll go ahead and find an answer for them. We'll do that on the regular classes too. Plus we give them free books and other things like that. It's all about providing more for less. So we can do an online course, we can do in-house. So in their company, we have resort options where we'll set up a training camp or a boot camp within the resort. They'll stay at the resort, and we'll have all kinds of different bonuses and other things like that. So we're going to come up with new stuff as we go along. And there's other products that we're not going to cover here, but in other trainings, we'll go ahead and go over those too. And then we have custom courses also. And these are ones that are tailored to a product or service. Maybe it's some type of in-house product that they have, or in-house service, or web service, or something else. And what we'll do is we'll design a course that's based on it. And also we could have custom where we combine different mock courses together, or pieces of different mock courses, and mock on demand combined with it, and then custom based to the customer's needs. So what we do is we need to listen to see what they really want. And that's one of the things that you'll learn through the training when you go through the sales training, to become a consultant instead of a salesperson that sits there and talks about benefits all day long. And maybe you might be trying to sell them a SQL server and all they want is a stapler. So you just want to make sure that you understand what their problem is, and we'll teach you how to go through the pain and find what is people buy based on emotion. If they're trying to get away from pain, that's what they buy for. If they're trying to increase pleasure, that's what they buy for also. So you got to understand, you got to get in the psychology of the actual individuals, and that's what you learn through some of the training that we'll have for the sales training. And this is custom classes are going to be based on a project price. So what we'll do is we'll come up with the price and say, hey, this is how much it's going to be to develop it, and then we'll train it also. And then we got vendor neutral, and this is your soft skills training, networking, security, web. You might have heard of ITIL, Six Sigma, Network Plus, Security Plus, CTT, which is Certified Technical Trainer Plus. These are just different vendor certifications or non-vendor certifications that are used to enhance the abilities of the different employees. And a lot of times when you have like a military and you're going on a military contract, they'll require you to have Network Plus, Security Plus they'll require you to have CASP and some of the other CISSP or some of the other certifications that are out there. So let's go and look at the consulting. So the consulting, we have infrastructure. And infrastructure, when we talk about infrastructure, this is where we go in and we work with different servers like Windows Server, like 2012 or R2, 2016 or something like that. Could be implementing some Windows desktops like Windows 10 desktops. Could be SQL Server, Exchange Server, SharePoint. This is all dealing with infrastructure. So we go in, we design the environment. We also look at implementation. We also go in and do maintenance and troubleshooting. And so we can also deal with licensing too. So if you have a client that needs licenses, we can go through and get the licenses for them. And you make money off of that. Also doing upgrades. This is a big one right there, because a lot of the companies may have 2003. So they need to upgrade because they're out of compliance right now and they won't get any updates. So what you can do is you can go and sell an upgrade. An upgrade includes the software. A lot of time it could be a hardware. It also can be the services that are associated with doing the upgrade. The licensing, like I said. Also, you could have additional services or different things that we have to do, such as we could get into migration too, where we're taking from one server to the next, like maybe moving our Exchange server into the cloud with O365, which we'll talk about that in cloud services also, and also managed services. We also do database consulting. And so there's actually two different types of databases. You got desktop databases like Access and FoxPro and Paradox. These are known as your desktop ones. And there are companies out there that need help with their Access databases and FoxPro databases and some of the other databases that are out there. But when we talk about enterprise, we pretty much tailor towards SQL Server. There's a lot of work on SQL Server, but we do MySQL and some of the other ones too. So don't ever think that we can't help a client. We just have to find out what is their problem, and then we come up with a solution. So we got custom also that we can go in and do for reporting. We design it. We also implement it. Implement things such as clusters and also troubleshooting and doing things such as figuring out the actual performance of the SQL Server. So that's another thing that we do. Maintenance, licensing also. because we can deal with licensing and upgrading from one version to another. And we can also do migrations where we migrate the data that's on the SQL Server and put it up in the cloud, or do a hybrid where it's a combination of the cloud, which is Azure, and then we also have on our on-premise, which just means within your company, and be able to migrate the information from the on-premise up into the cloud. And there's all kinds of different things that we can do with database consulting. We also do web consulting, and we do things such as ASP.NET. We can do WordPress, .NET Nuke, HTML5.0. We have some consultants that can do Joomla and some of the other ones out there too. So again, look at the project, see what they're trying to accomplish. If they're trying to do an e-commerce site, or they want just a static web environment, we can do those different things. So we'll sit down and we'll design it. We'll also plan it with the individual or with the company. We can go in and do the coding, and also we can maintain the code and also do any troubleshooting that may have to be done. We also do network consulting, where we look at network penetration, do penetration testing. We have consultants that deal with their networks, such as Cisco and Dell, Sonic Walls, switches, also VPNs, doing cloud. We could do a site-to-site VPN, which is connecting our cloud to our on-premise. We can also plan. We'll do planning, making sure that we have all our different pieces that are into place, and also design it, implement, and troubleshoot it. And we also do router configuration. So these are all different things that we can do. So never look at an opportunity like, well, we can't do this. We can do it. We just need to know what they need. Don't oversell. Where the thing is we go in and say, hey, we can do all this stuff, and then come back to us and say, well, this is what I sold. And then we're like, oh, we can't do that. You need to talk with the engineers to understand what the customer is looking at. So really, you're the first person that's going to touch the customer. Then what you do is you go and refer it back to the engineers, and then talk with the engineers, and then we can come up with a solution for the customer. You still get paid on it, but the thing is you don't have to know everything. All you need to know is just a little, and be able to get us in front of the customer so we can close the sale for you. We also do business consulting. You might have heard Dynamics CRM, which is a customer relations management software. That's the same as Salesforce. There's other ones called Zoho and some other ones out there. But Dynamics CRM is the customer relation management software for Microsoft. We also have Dynamics Finance, which is AX, GP, which is good for accounting firms and other things like that. There's a lot of companies that have looked at going over to Dynamics. So we can do consulting there, and also PeopleSoft. We have individuals within our corporation that have the ability of going in and working with ERP and PeopleSoft and some of the other things that are out there too. I know it's not Microsoft, but it opens the doors for the training and the other aspects of what we can offer for the client. So what we can do is we can go in and we can design an overall design for the company, such as I've done redesigns for dental practices, for transportation authorities, for major corporations, the military, the government, and other things like that. So we have the ability of doing this. So never, ever think that we can't do it. Just, it can be done. We just need to know what needs to be done. So we can do design, implementation, troubleshooting, and planning also within the business consulting. Security. Security is a big thing that's out there. As we know, there's a lot of people who just like to cause issues or cause trouble. And so one of the ways that we can help is with firewalls. There's different ones, checkpoint firewalls, there's fireboxes, there's software firewalls. We can help with threat management, do different audits on their environment. We'll also do some of this stuff for free in the very beginning. So that way we can do an assessment to see how or what's going on with their environment. Not a very long one, if it's a longer one, then what we do is we charge for it and you get paid for it. So just keep that in mind. And identity management, which we're talking about, like Azure AD, which is Azure Active Directory, and we have Active Directory. We also have Kerberos. There's other terms that I'm throwing out, and you'll learn these as you go along. You don't have to know them all. All you need to know is these are the services that we offer. Also, design, implementation, troubleshooting, and maintenance when it comes to security. So we're here to help the company to be able to lock them down, make sure that they don't have anybody that comes in and they're not supposed to. And then we got the cloud consulting. So that's O365, which is Office 365. Azure, we do migrations from on-premise to O365. We can also do Azure implementations, infrastructure as a service, platform as a service. We can also do software as a service, which Office 365 is a software as a service. All it means is that Microsoft takes care of all of the hardware, software, updates, and other things like that. And that's why a lot of companies, actually 85% of the Fortune 500 companies are currently using Office 365, and more companies are looking at going to Office 365. So there's an opportunity as a salesperson to be able to provide that solution. Now, we can do the licensing on this. We can do migrations. We can do programming, which is done in C#, and some of the REST API, design, planning, implementation, maintenance. Like I said, we can help them with selecting the right plans. We can train them on Office 365, of course, and teach them how to lower the total cost of ownership, because this is going to be a major expenditure. I know of companies that are going to be going to the cloud and or are in the process of going to the cloud all 100%. And so more and more companies are looking at, hey, this is the option. So next we'll look at managed services. So we talked about O365, which is Office 365. We can plan it for them. We can help them design, troubleshoot, do some maintenance. And also we have the ability of implementing what's known as SSO, single sign-on, which single sign-on just means that they use the same username and password, be able to sign into the environment from their on-premise and also O365. And so we can deal with the licensing. Also, we can do migrations, where we can migrate the users from their on-premise to O365. But remember, they'll still have some of their other servers and other things like that, and that's why we have to implement SSO. But these are some of the buzzwords or keywords that you can use when you're talking to customers. Again, it's all about finding out what they need, and then we design the solution for them. And also we can do custom managed services like Exchange Server. If they don't want to have their own Exchange Server, they don't want to use O365, we can host an Exchange Server. That's what's known as hosted. Do on premises. We can help with data centers, with helping them with doing migrations and other things like that. We can use monitoring software such as SCOM, which is System Center Operations Manager, and some of the other tools that are out there. There's some free tools, and we can help with monitoring their environment and also getting reports. And reports are very important for the decision makers because it's going to show them where they need to cut down, or they need to consolidate, they need to move things to the cloud or move them back from the cloud. I mean, there's all kinds of different things that we can offer. So just keep your mind open when it comes to a sales opportunity. You go in, you talk to these people, you find out what problems do they have, and see if we can bring a solution. And like I said, never look at a possibility of making a sale. It could be from training, consulting, managed services. Okay, so you're probably wondering, the big thing is how much am I going to get paid? Well, let's go over compensation. I got some examples here. Not going to spend very much time. I mean, we're already going over close to 30 minutes on this video. I wanted to keep it pretty short. So let's take the first 90 days. Your first 90 days as a consultant with us, it's all straight commission. So what we ask is that you do 7 mock or boot camp sales. And when you do that, you're going to earn $5,250 to $7,000. So the regular class, you're going to earn $500 to $750 and $1,000 for a boot camp. Now, if you do mock on demand, that's fine too. That's a sale. $250 you'll make on that. And we do have bonuses too. We'll talk about that in a couple minutes. And if you're doing consulting, it starts 10% to 33%. The higher the sale, of course, the higher the commission. So let's take a look at an example, or look at the monthly requirements for bonuses first. So all we require is 4 to 5 sales per month, and we will have leads provided for you. They're not hot leads or warm leads. They're actually target leads towards the CEO, the CTO, so somebody who's in charge. And so that way you'll have the contact information of those people. So that way you can make sure that you're not just fumbling in the dark. You earn $2,000 to $2,500 per month if you do 4 to 5 sales. It all depends also. I mean, if it's a boot camp sale, that could be $4,000 to $5,000 per month. Once you hit 7 sales per month, then you're going to make about $250 on regular classes. Now, if you go out and you find your own leads and you make a sale, we'll pay you $50 more, because that's what it's going to cost us for giving those leads. Is that it's going to cost us at least $50 per lead. So if you go out and find your own, we're going to pay you additional $50. So what does that mean to you? Well, if you made 7 sales, I mean that's $800 that you make for that sale if it's a self-generated lead. So just keep these in mind. These are ways of putting money in your pocket. We want to pay you. We just need to have action. So let's take an example of potential earnings. So you make 7 sales per month. You have 4 regular sales at $750. Because you're at 7 sales, you're at the $750. So 4 regular at $750, that's $3,000. 2 boot camp sales at $1,000, that equals $200, $2,000. 1 mock on demand is $250. So the total for the month, you're going to make $5,250. I just said that. And 12-month income is going to be $63,000. Total with the bonus, $5,250 we're going to pay you at the end of the year. So for the year, you're going to make $68,250. Now, if you were to take that on the average per month or per hour, you're making $32.82 per hour. That's pretty darn good. I don't know how many places you can go and make $32.82 per hour. Just keep that in mind. Now, let's take 14 sales, though. So you have 14 sales per month. 6 regular, so that's going to give you $4,500. 5 boot camp sales at $1,000, that's $5,000. 3 mock on demand, $250, that's $750. Now you take the total for the month, that's $10,250. Over a 12-month period, that's $123,000 that you just put in your pocket. Now, because you did that, you did a really good job. We're going to give you a bonus of $20,100. So your total income plus the bonus is $143,100 per year. If you were to average that on a monthly basis, on how much per hour or per hour basis, 64.06 or $64.06 per hour. I think that's pretty good. Now you got to understand that potentials could be more or less depending on what type of product mix that you have. So these are just examples. I mean, you could make more. And the thing is in these 7 sales, if you look at it in a 4-week period in a month, you're looking at about 2, maybe 1.5 sales per week. If you can do 1.5 sales per week, you're making $68,250. If you were to increase that to 3 sales per week, you're looking at $143,000. Now I'm looking for somebody who can do 25 sales a month. If they're able to do that, that's $285,000 with the bonus. So, I mean, it's able to be done. It's just a matter of taking the time, learning our system, and working with the Microsoft products and never giving up. So it is our attitude at the beginning of an endeavor which more than anything else will affect its successful outcome. Winston Churchill. So to wrap it up, what do you need to do? You need to fill out the paperwork if you haven't done that already. This is how you get started. We'll send you sales training and give you access to sales material. Contact the person who invited you. Start the training sales. Remember, you do 7 within 90 days and you're golden. Even if you don't do 7, you just stay on a commission basis if you don't hit the 7. If you hit 7, then we'll talk about draw and we'll talk about salary. So I thank you for taking the time and watching this, and I thank you for having an interest with Idea Dudes. If you have any questions, you can email me at michael@IdeaDudesTraining, and I'll answer them for you. Thanks a lot, and have a good time. Good luck.